Hello everybody, good morning. I'm Karen Dubs, flexiblewarrior.com, and I wanted to tell you guys this quick trick. I shared this the other day on my Instagram and so many people commented and were like, I'm totally gonna do that. So I just wanted to tell you guys this real quick. Essential oils in your mask make a big difference for me. So I have like a spray bottle that I spray into it. This is like a lavender orange peppermint blend, and then this one you can put a roller bottle in the inside of it too, and then when you put your mask on, it's so much nicer. Sends you either those calming messages or those energizing messages. It just makes the whole thing a little bit more enjoyable. So yes, and I do have Flexible Warrior masks on my Teespring shop. So the link is below all of my videos with my Teespring shop. So today, that was just a little fun side note I wanted to share with you guys. Today we're going to do about a 30-minute deck yoga. I encourage everybody to get outside as much as possible now, get your fresh air. As the seasons change and it gets a little colder, we won't be able to do that. So it's really important that you do that as much as possible now. This will be about 30 minutes. It's great for runners, triathletes, cyclists, all the things, athletes in general. Great way to cross train, but we're going to be incorporating some sculpting exercises, all body weight, no equipment required, in addition to some stretches. All right, so as always, listen to your body, honor and protect yourself. If you need to modify at any time or just rest, please feel free to do that, of course. The only way that you really get the benefit of doing all these exercises is to protect your body first and foremost. And the only way that you can do that is to listen to your body. So it's something that would feel good, just modify it accordingly. Okay, let's start with some sun salutations. So go ahead and come to the front edge of your mat. Bring your awareness to your posture. So stand up tall, belly in, feet grounded down, crown of the head spiraling to the sky, hands in prayer at heart center. Let's take a deep sun breath in. So inhale, reach out and up to the sky, big breath in, and exhale. Go ahead and dive out of it into a forward fold. We're just going to start with a regular sun salutation in slow motion. Relax your neck completely at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift. You want to slide your shoulder blades back, lengthen through your tailbone, and pull your belly button in and up as you take a very deep breath in. As you exhale, come into a forward fold and just step straight back to a plank. So we're in the top of a push-up position. Be mindful that the belly's pulling in and up, the palms are pressing, the shoulders are back and down. Take a very deep breath. And then you can exhale, bend your elbows lower down. Inhale into a back bend, so either cobra or upward facing. Pause and breathe. And then exhale, pressing back into downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths in your downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose to send that calming message into your central nervous system with each breath. Take one more very deep breath. And then look to your hands, step to the front edge of your mat. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, halfway lift, just starting nice and slow. Exhale, round your spine, come into a forward fold, and relax your neck completely. Let go of any tension. Rise up to standing, take a big sun breath, gather good positive energy. As I always say, that's very contagious too, positive energy. Exhale, draw your hands in and back to your heart center space. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, sun breath. Slow motion to begin. Exhale, big dive out of it into a forward fold. Again, be mindful, listen to your body, relax your neck. Inhale, look forward and lengthen out through your spine. Exhale, come into a forward fold, bend your knees if you need to. Step back to your plank. Coming into the top of a push-up, take a deep breath in and out through the nose. Pressing through your palms, bend your elbows, lower down. Inhale into your cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, come into downward facing dog for 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale through the nose. So take 1 more very deep breath, and then look to your hands, step, or feel free to hop to the front edge of your mat now. Line your toes up, halfway lift, huge breath in. Exhale, round your spine, come into forward fold, relax your neck, and then rise all the way up to standing with a very deep breath in. Good, and then exhale into a mountain pose. Okay, now I do want to mention that if you want to, for some of the exercises, you can grab like maybe a bench, like either your lounge chair on your deck, or maybe a chair like I grabbed a bench from our table. Some of the things that we're going to do, you have the option to incorporate some of that. So you can grab those now if you like to. We're going to do a few more rounds of sun salutation. We're going to add on some squats and some slow motion mountain climbers, okay? So grab that equipment if you like, hands to heart center, and let's begin again. Inhale, reach up. This time we're going to move a little bit faster. Exhale, dive out. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop to plank. And then this time we're gonna bring the knee to the opposite elbow. So knee to opposite elbow just to get the core warmed up. Try to really touch that knee to your opposite elbow so you're moving slowly, but being mindful that you're really pressing through your palms and keeping that belly pulled in and up. So knee to opposite elbow. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now look to your hands, step or hop forward. Make sure the feet are about hip bone distance apart for the squat. So we want you to squat down and then stand up, take a big breath in. Squat down, stand up, take a deep, big breath in. So make sure the weight's into your heels when you do your squat and your breathing is deep and you're going through your fullest range of motion that you can. So sit down a little bit deeper this time if you can. Stand up a little bit taller. Are you connecting your movement with your breathing? So that means you're gonna squat down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, squat down a little deeper. Inhale, rise up. Nice job, you guys. Stay with me. 2 more. Big sun breaths. And this is your last one. We're gonna repeat those cross-body mountain climber, slow motion, dive forward, step or hop back to your plank, and then knee to opposite elbow. Cross. You're not in a hurry here, so it's not a fast mountain climber. In fact, you're focusing on slow motion and really getting that knee to opposite elbow, using your obliques. 4 more to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look to your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, rising up, big breath in. 1 more time for your squats. Exhale. Is the weight in your heels? Toes are light, right? Inhale, big breath. Exhale, sit down a little bit deeper and do a couple more. Big breath in. Exhale, sitting low. Last 2. Nice job, you guys. Getting warmer. This is your last one. Big dive out into your forward fold. Relax your neck at the bottom. Halfway lift. Belly in, shoulders back. Plant your palms. Step or hop to your plank. And then 1 more time, cross body. Slow motion, mountain climber. So knee to opposite elbow. Really getting that rotation through the ribs. Getting a little bit warmer. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, relax. Rise up to standing, big breath in. And back to mountain pose, good posture. Okay, hopefully you're a little bit warmer. I know I am. So next thing we're gonna do is for upper body. It's gonna be a push-up into a hinge. I'm gonna show you a couple different modifications, but we're just gonna start on the mat first. So if you do straight leg push-ups on a regular basis, go ahead and go straight into your straight leg push-ups, and you'll be hinging into downward dog. Otherwise, we're gonna modify and do a bent knee push-up into child's pose, okay? So here's what it looks like. Obviously, bent knee push-up, you're gonna push up and then hinge into child's pose. Your straight leg push-up obviously is here, straight leg push-up, and then instead of pushing into child's pose, you'll be hinging into downward dog. The last option, for those of you that's kind of newer for push-ups, you can use a prop like I mentioned, the bench, or you can even use the railing on your deck. So go ahead and continue with your push-ups. I just want to demonstrate this though as well. So a great way to modify is to push up and then hinge into downward dog from there. Okay, so the surface is elevated. You could also do it on a bench like this. Okay, push up and hinge back. So whichever one you're gonna do, let's start again. Whatever modification, try to do 15 to 20. Hopefully you've already got half of that in, all right? And move with your breath. And then we're gonna get some triceps after that. So moving and breathing, either straight leg or bent knee, coming into your downward dog and pausing for a second so you get that really good stretch. Okay, 3 or 4 more while I fix my hair. My little bun is coming out of the top, so got to prop and fix. So finish that set, and then while your triceps are kind of warmed up from your push-ups, we're gonna do tricep dips and then a pose called eagle pose. So this is a great way to get your workouts in outside, no equipment required since many of us can't make it to the gym right now. So you can just use a chair, you can also use the lounge chair, and then just scoot your butt right off of that, and then you're gonna do your tricep dips, just like this, okay? So if you don't have a prop, and continue to work on that if you do have that prop, just continue to use it. If you don't, you can do your tricep dips right here. You're not going to get the same range of motion, right? It's not as deep, but it's an option, and you work with what you have. All right, so wherever you are, really fatigue those triceps. Go through your fullest range of motion, breathing in as you lower down, breathing out as you press up. Wonderful job. Using your body weight. And you know, so if you're used to doing tricep kickbacks or something like that with like 8 pounds, it might be a little bit heavier when you're working with your body weight. So adjust accordingly. Let's do a couple more. You can rest certainly. If you feel like you've already gotten to fatigue, then just go ahead and rest and wait for me. All right, and then you can go ahead and sit up. And by the way, repeating this, we're going to do about a half an hour, but you can certainly repeat it a second or a third time if you want to get 3 sets in. All right, so now we're going to come into eagle pose. I want you to put the weight into your right foot. Just pull your left knee up to your chest. We're going to get a little stretch. So a little strength, a little stretch, a little sculpting, a little rest and relaxation. You're going to bring that knee out over the opposite knee. Hook your toes behind your calf if you can. Don't worry about it if you can't. You can bring your arms out into T position. Focus your eyes on the spot. That will help you with your balance. And then bring your elbow under your other elbow, wrapping your palms together. And then just bring the thumb right in front of the forehead. Get a good stretch while we work on balance and focus. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and unravel from that, and we'll switch sides, taking a sun breath first. And then coming back to mountain pose, switching legs. Hug that knee into your chest. Be mindful of your breathing, your posture, and your alignment. And then take your knee out over your knee. Hook your toes behind your calf if you can. Working on your balance, focus your eyes. If you lose your balance, just have a sense of humor with it. We can't get any stronger or more balance if we don't go out of our comfort zone every now and then, right? So work on that. It will come with practice and patience like everything else. Take one more breath, sink a little bit deeper if you can. And then go ahead and unravel, take a big breath in, and then come back to mountain pose. Okay. Next exercise, gonna be a kickback. I'm gonna show you, just like before, a couple variations, a couple ways of doing it. The first one, we're gonna start in a downward dog. This is great for glutes, but it's also great for shoulders too. So in a downward dog position, you're just gonna kick your right leg straight up to the ceiling and then lower it straight down. So you're kicking it up and lowering it down. So from this position, if you fatigue at any time with the shoulders, or the shoulders are having a hard time, you can do it in this kneeling position here, okay? So the left knee would be down. Otherwise, you're in this downward dog position, kicking straight up and down. So you really want to activate the glute and really get that activation through the shoulders and through the belly, in and up as well. Really kick the heel up to the sky, feeling it through the glute and hamstring. A couple more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the knees down, and then rest into child's pose for a second. We're going to get the other side. So go ahead and shift the weight forward, curl the toes, come into downward facing dog, and let's get that left leg. So lift it up and lower it down. Again, if this feels like it's too much on your shoulders or your wrists or whatever, then you can always modify by bringing the right knee down and just kicking that left leg straight up, right? Find a modification that works for you. Find a solution that you can make work for your body. So rather than just opting out and doing nothing, do something that works for you. Okay, a couple more here. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I'm definitely feeling that. Okay, so go ahead and rest for a second if you want to. I'm going to show you how you can do that with a prop. Okay, so we're going to do a second set. You can also, if you don't have a prop, just work on your own balance. So here we go. Again, you can have your hands here at like a banister, okay, and kick back. You can also use a chair, okay, which is what I'm going to do. Hi, you guys. So your hands would be on your chair, and you just be kicking straight back. kicking straight back. So I want you to, as best as possible, keep your hips really level. And you're probably feeling this in your hamstring. Don't worry, we're going to stretch it out. Hamstring and glute. Be mindful of your hands, and your belly is in and up as well. So keep that belly in and up, and get that leg through full range of motion. All right, a couple more, last 2, and 1. I'm going to show you how you can do a modified downward dog from this position. So it's just a great stretch to the hamstrings as you pull back. Your hands can be spreading out wide, your head dropping down between your arms. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and switch sides. I'm just going to turn around. Same thing, kicking back and down. Now, if you don't have the bench or whatever, you can just have your hands on your hips. Work on your balance. Just make sure this standing leg knee is a little bit bent so you're not locking out the joint. So again, don't use it as an excuse of like, oh, I don't have a chair with me, or I don't have the same setup. Whatever, do what you can. All right, belly in and up. Again, in this balance position, you could do like a warrior 3 even and reach your hands out and up. Wherever you are, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Good. We are going to get a straddle stretch and then do some curtsy lunges. So hands on your hips, big back bend, open up the chest and the heart, and then go ahead and fold forward. Hands are going to come down onto your mat. Relax your head completely and get that great straddle stretch. So hands can be about shoulder distance apart, head relaxing down towards your mat. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. Take one more breath, and then go ahead and come all the way back up. Take a big breath in, and then hands down by your side. Okay, you can step or hop your feet together, and we're going to do a curtsy lunge with a side leg lift next. So here's what's going to look like. Bring your balance into one foot, other leg up. As always, work on that mindfulness, that posture. You're going to take that leg over and across, coming into a curtsy lunge. You're going to lower down. You're going to lift back up, and you're going to balance. Hold your balance. So lower down and lift up and balance. Now, if you do have a chair and you want to hold on to that for balance, or you want to hold on to your banister to help you with your balance, awesome, fine, no worries. But the most that you can, really work on your balance. Hold and freeze at the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, hold and freeze. This is great for sculpting the glutes, right? You feel it probably by now already, after all those kickbacks too. Breathe in, lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Nice job, you guys. 3 more. And lower. Last 2. And lift. And 1 more time. And lift. Good. Switch sides. So bringing the weight into the opposite leg. Mindful of the posture. Heart up. Flex this foot. Take a deep breath in. Hug that thigh in. It should feel kind of good. Good release for the glute hamstring. And then let's switch sides. So over and across. Lower down. Uphill, hold and freeze. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. I just like to use the arms too. So that's feel like I'm kind of going in flow using the arms, but you can just keep your hands at heart center or your hands on your hips, whatever works for you. As long as you're breathing and moving, that's the most important part. Getting good circulation, working on a little strength, a little sculpting, a little balance, and of course some flexibility worked in. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And this is your last one. Perfect. Okay, coming back to that straddle stretch. Excuse me, Stelly. Hands in your hips. Inhale, big back bend, open up. Exhale, let's go back to a second round of straddle stretch. Hands down onto your mat. Toes slightly angled in, by the way. Relax your head completely, coming into that forward fold. Take a couple nice deep breaths in and out through your nose, and I'm going to show you a modification for your straddle stretch if you want to take it. Your hands can interlace behind your back, and you'd fold out over your head, getting a little bit of an extra stretch for your chest and the front of your shoulders. So whichever modification you're choosing, take 1 more breath. And then go ahead and release your hands down if you've had them interlaced, and roll slowly back up. Next exercise is going to be a plie squat. You're going to turn your toes slightly out and your heels slightly in. We're going to squat down here, okay? Now, really be mindful of your knees here. It's really normal for a lot of people, especially if you're a cyclist or a runner or athlete in any way, the knees are going to want to cave forward. Or horseback riding. I have some friends that are horseback riders. The inner thighs and the groin are really kind of strong and less flexible. So keep those knees pressing open. I want you to drop down, bring your hands to heart center, go a little bit deeper, and then lift down and up. So the breathing is inhale, keep those knees pushing open, exhale, lift up. Inhale down, and exhale, lift. So keep pushing your hands together at heart center, feel the energy between your hands, and just be mindful of those knees. In fact, you might want to look down. Make sure you can see your big toes the whole time. And that's a great way to check that the knees are pressing in line with the feet rather than caving inward. Okay, let's do 3 more. 3. This one feels so good. Last 2. And this is your last one. Now, what I want you to do is turn towards your left foot. We're going to come into dancer's pose, so you're going to be balancing, okay? Focus your eyes, push off of your back foot, and find your balance in your left foot. Reach around, grab the inside of your foot, your right foot with your right hand, bend this left knee a little bit, stretch your left hand up, and kick out into dancer's pose for 5, 4, 3, 2. You have to focus your eyes. You might lose your balance like I just almost did. Go ahead and stand up. Bring your feet back around. Second set for your plie. So go ahead and come down first. Push those knees open gently. Can you drop a little bit deeper? And then rise up, hands at heart center. Plie squat. Such a great exercise. No equipment again required. Pressing down and up. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, a couple more. Let's actually do 3 more from here. 3. Change your range of motion. Check your knees that they're in line with your big toes. Last 2. And this is your last one. And we're going to get your dancer's pose on the other side. So pivot. Take a deep breath in. Focus your eyes. Focus your energy. Push off of your back foot. Find your balance. Reach around. Grab the inside of your foot. Reach out and up with your right hand. And kick it out into your dancer's pose. 5. Take very deep breaths. And go ahead and rise up and step back. Last time for your plie squats. Dropping down and up. Hands at heart center. Get this last little round. Working on strengthening and toning the legs. But we're also working on a little range of motion too, because again, if you just let your knees go where they want to, if the groin and thigh is tight, they'll probably be tracking forward out in front of the big toes. So be mindful of your alignment. 3 more. 3. Can you go a little bit deeper? 2. And this is your last one. Good. All right, you can step or hop your feet together. Take a big breath in. And exhale, come into your forward fold. So go ahead and dive forward. Plant your palms. Feel free to step or hop back to your plank. This last little exercise we're going to do for core, upper body strength and core, I want you to bring your nose to your knee, round your spine, and lift your thigh to your rib cage. Pulse it up. 4, 3, 2, rounding your spine, and 1. Bring your knee outside of your elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then right knee to left elbow. 5, 4, 3, pulse it up. 2, and 1. Good. Step into downward facing dog. Take a very deep breath. We'll shift forward to plank. We're going to come all the way down into the belly, and then we're going to do locust pose next. So I want you to reach around, grab the fingers and interlace them behind your tailbone. Inhale, open up. Quiet, Bruno. Be quiet. I know, I see. It's okay. We're teaching him that he doesn't have to bark when a stranger walks by. He's getting there. Our foster dog. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back. child's pose or downward dog. And let's get that on the other side. So spread your fingertips out wide. It's bound to happen with 4 dogs, right? Can you relate? Press through your palms and then knee to your nose, rounding your spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to have to correct him in a second. Okay, so knee to elbow. 5, pulse it up. 4, 3, 2, Bruno, come here. And 1, and let's switch and do the last time. Knee to right elbow. 5, you guys finish. Bruno, come here. Bruno, come on. Come here. Good. Okay, quiet. Lay down. Did you guys finish your set while I'm working on this? Lay down, buddy. Lay down. You can get on my mat, it's okay. I trained him to not be on my mat, so he doesn't. Come here, sit. Okay, it's all right. Good job. Okay, you guys ready to stretch? Yes. Bruno's ready to stretch, aren't you, buddy? Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do one more locust or a bow pose to stretch the front line of the body, because we did a good bit of core and upper body. So we wanna stretch and strengthen the back line of the body too. So you can come back to your bow pose, your locust pose or your bow pose. So locust pose is here. You wanna lengthen and reach through the palms. Feel the reach from the crown of the head out through the toes. And then from there is an option if you want to. You can have your hands and grab onto your feet and do bow pose instead of locust pose. And that pose is going to give you a little bit more of a stretch through the quads, the hip flexors, the shoulders, and the whole front line of the body really. And then go ahead and release out of that and come into child's pose, push back. Awesome job, you guys. It's always really good to counter pose and whatever, do the opposite. So when you do that back bend, that deep back bend that we just came out of it, do the opposite in child's pose. And then go ahead and come up to sitting. And we're going to do a stretch called Turkish twist. I'll scooch back a little bit so you can see. So what I want you to do to start is just bring the bottoms of your feet together to touch in butterfly stretch. So elbows are going to press into the creases of the knees, and you're going to fold yourself in half and get that great stretch through the inner thighs, groin, and it should feel really good. Let me tilt this down a little bit since I had it up while I was standing. So I'm like 5'11", and so to get me in the whole, when we do whole body stuff, it's hard. So that's why the camera either going to have to be like 20 feet away, or I have to, sacrifice a little bit of range of motion as far as the camera is concerned. So here we are finishing out, and then we're going to do Turkish twist, which I love for piriformis and for the outside of the hip. So you're just going to take your left foot, fold it under, bring your right foot around on the outside of the knee. Now some of you might not be able to do that, and having it on the inside of the knee would be fine, but if you can get it to the outside of the knee without forcing it, great, go there. So sit up really tall, take a very deep breath, again, tailbone down into the earth, crown of the head up to the sky. Your left hand is going to reach across and grab the outside of the right knee, and you're going to look out over your right shoulder, getting that great stretch. And then to increase the stretch, you can just take your left hand and pull that right knee a little bit more without forcing. All right? Such a great stretch for my runners, for my cyclists in the group. Really practice this stuff on a regular basis if you can. And then go ahead and release out of that, and let's just switch sides. So you're just going to uncross your legs, flip it around. Foot comes down. Again, if it doesn't quite go there, don't force it. You can have it on the inside of the knee, that's fine. But you are going to get a deeper stretch with the foot outside of the knee. Bring awareness, so it's really normal to lean to the side if you're tight. Okay, we don't want to do that. You want the tailbone straight down, crown of the head straight up, and then right hand can come across the left knee, and then rotating through the spine. Good job, buddy. Good quiet. Good quiet. See, you don't have to bark. You don't have to bark. The garbage man. What are you going to do? He barks at the garbage man. He's getting so much better, though. So much better, isn't he? Your foster brother. He's making big improvements. All right, so go ahead and release out of that. If you haven't seen his whole journey, actually, I've had him for about 7 months, 7.5 months. He was so skinny, scared, and scraggly when we got him, and 7 months later, he's come light years ahead. So that's the power of love, that's the power of self-care, and that's the power that's really available to all of us when we take good care of ourselves. So, bottoms of the feet together to touch, grab onto your ankles, pull yourself a little bit deeper into your stretch. This is your last butterfly stretch of the day. We did a good amount of groin inner thigh stretching too. So fold into yourself, close your eyes, finish out with me here. Take a couple nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then go ahead and come all the way up to sitting. Great job, you guys. Really what I wanted to encourage you all to do is be mindful that you don't have to have equipment, right? We can do so much at home, and we certainly, for those of you with Bosu ball or stability ball or some light weights, we can certainly incorporate some of those sorts of yoga cross train too, but this was a no equipment required. You can get your tricep dips in, you can get, you know, your glute and your hamstring activation, and of course your flexibility always, because it's a balance of both of those that's really, in my belief anyway, where your body really comes into alignment and feels and performs at its best. Let's finish out with a deep breath in. So hands to heart center, take a big sun breath, gather good positive energy in for the rest of your day, because as I keep saying, positive energy is just as contagious as anything else. So be one of those people that spreads the positive energy. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Again, you know I take requests. I do have a long list of requests right now, but it doesn't hurt for you to send them my way and get those requests on the list. So again, thanks for being here, you guys. Wonderful work. Drink lots of water and have an amazing day.